Hello everyone, my name is Vidhi and I'll be teaching you chapter 1 biology. I'll be teaching you all the chapter of biology and welcome to study room. So we'll start with the first chapter and with the first topic of it. The chapter name is crop production and management. So the first question is how green plants synthesize their own food. It's a very important question because we all depend on plants for their products, for their vegetables, for fruits. So the important question, the answer of this question is with the process of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the production by which a plant synthesize their own food with the help of chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is a pigment. You can write it down. Chlorophyll is a pigment. So what happens in the process of photosynthesis when CO2 plus H2O gets combined and it gives O2 plus sugar in the form of glucose. So this is the process of photosynthesis when CO2 gets converted into O2, and this oxygen is utilized by human beings and every living organism. So this is the process of photosynthesis. And for a little extra information, organisms are basically divided into two categories: autotrophic and heterotrophic. So autotrophic makes their own food and heterotrophic depends upon another organism. For example, humans depends on animals and plants for our food. So these are two examples of types of organisms, and the process by which green plants synthesize their own food is photosynthesis. Moving ahead, why do we have to eat food? So, energy from the food is utilized by organisms for carrying out their various body functions such as digestion, respiration, excretion. So, we need food because we have to provide energy to our body. Why do we need energy? Because we have to function several body internal metabolism, which includes digestion, respiration, excretion. Hence, to do all these activity, we have to eat food because food provides us energy. Moving ahead, so till now we discussed about the photosynthesis, two types of organisms, and why do we have to eat food. But where do animals get their food from? Okay, so plants can make their own food, but what animals do? Do animals photosynthesize? No, animals cannot photosynthesize, and hence we depend on plants and animals for our food. Animals, including humans, cannot make their own food. Hence, we got to feed from plants or animals or both. So, hence, we depend on plants and animals both for our own food. Plants are the source of food ingredients like grains, cereals, vegetables, and fruits. Animals provide us milk, meat, products, and eggs. So, in the right picture, you can see these are the edible items which we acquire from plants, and here are the items which we acquire from animals. Did you know in order to provide food for a large population, regular production, proper management, and distribution is necessary? So, yes, we cannot go and pluck fruit from any tree which we like or any animal we can kill. There are certain rules which are implemented by our governments to protect these plants and animals. So hence it's a proper regular production materials, proper management and distribution is necessary because every natural resources has a limit over it. So if we synthesize or acquire these plants, products or animals at a very large scale, we will soon expire all these natural resources. Hence we have to be very certain about it. Now we'll be talking about history of agriculture. Till 10,000 BCE, people were nomadic. Nomadic means we were hunter-gatherers. We ate raw fruits and vegetables. We ate food without cooking, without frying it into oil, just like we do now. We used to pluck the fruits or vegetable from the plants and hunt animals for our survival. So we were nomadic, or we were hunter gatherers. We were wanderers in group. We used to move one place to another. We were not settlers just like we do now. And after the period when nomadic hunting was expired, we developed a new technique which is called agriculture. So that's how agriculture was born before 10,000 years ago, and we shifted from being nomadic and hunter gatherers to being agriculturers. So this was the history of agriculture. Crop. What is crop? So for one thing which clicked our mind after reading agriculture is, what is crop? When plants of the same kinds are cultivated at one place on a large scale, it is called a crop. So when we grow same plant, for example, we grow wheat. So different varieties of wheat growing on the same farm. For example, there is a piece of land. We can imagine this as a piece of land or a farm, and for in all the rows and the columns, wheat crop is planted. So this patch of land covers wheat. So this patch of lands where different kinds of plants of the same species, for example, wheat species is growing, that particular plant is called crop. For example, crop of wheat means that all plants grown in the field are that of wheat. So this is example of wheat. Now we'll be talking about classification of crops in India. So India is a vast country. We know we practice different cultures, we practice different religions, we have different climatic conditions. The climatic condition in north varies from south and east varies from west. So all the things varies from one place to another. The climatic condition like temperature, humidity, rainfall vary from one region to another. Accordingly, there is a rich variety of crops grown in different parts of the plants to specify or to exist because there are different climatic conditions. Hence, the crop which grows in one area varies from the different area. Despite these diversity in climatic conditions, we can broadly categorize our crops, all the crops, into two categories. So one category is Kharif crop and the other category is Rabi crop. So the one highlighted in yellow are the two categories of crops which grows in India. So we'll be talking about Rabi crop and Kharif crop now. What are Kharif crops? The crops which are sown in the rainy seasons are called Kharif crops. So the crop which is grown from June to September. So the time period is June to September, the monsoon period. So in the monsoon period we grow Kharif crops, and for example paddy, maize, soybean, groundnut and coconut, these are all examples of Kharif crops. What are Rabi crops? The Rabi crops are opposite of Kharif crops. They are grown in winter season. For example, the crops which we grow from October to March are called as Rabi Rabi crops. Sorry. So Kharif crops grown in rainy season. Rabi crops grows in winter season. Rabi crop is grown from October to March, and Kharif crop is grown from July to September. And examples of Rabi crops are wheat, gram, pea, linseed. So these are all examples of Rabi crop. So now we have discussed about agriculture, what is agriculture and what are two different varieties of crops. When did the agriculture practices starts? It was started in 10,000 year BC. It was till 10,000 year BC. So now the very last topic of this video, agricultural practices. Cultivation of crops involves several activities undertaken by a farmer. So if you want to be agricultural or if you want to be a farmer, you should know these six different categories or practices. First is preparation of soil. How does the soil is prepared? Soil should be loose, soil should be tilled, and soil should have moisture, enough nutrients. So this is how we prepare our soil. Sowing is how seeds are sowed into the soil. Manure and fertilizers are food to the are act as food to the soil. It provides nutrients to the soil. Then we have irrigation, how we take care of the growing seedlings, and how the this fifth one is protecting from weeds. So weeds are overgrown or unwanted outgrowth. Harvesting, it's what what how do we acquire the desirable crops and storages after harvesting the grains or the products, how do we store them actually. So thank you. In the next video we'll be talking about preparation of soil, so what is soil and different nutrients which we add to the soil, why earthworms act as the best friends to the farmer. So these are all different topics which we'll be talking about, and the topic is preparation of soil. So see you and take care. So thank you.